Well, hey, welcome to the first cleantech and coffee. We're going to do 2-3 questions for you. We had a lot of questions this time. Some of them were directed directly at our portfolio companies, so we're going to send those straight on. You'll get answers from Rescue, Swap, and Energize further on. But I'm going to answer 3 real quickly here. One is from Camille Duran, and I think it is a really good one. And the question is, basically, can we expect most of the cleantech portfolio to go to ICT? And we already have quite a few companies that are more or less fully software companies. Energize is saving energy in compressed air systems using an Internet of Things solution. What is basically all algorithms to detect what energy you are using in your home. We have Oricane, we have Rescue Club, we have Nuka. These are basically all software companies. So we have already a few. But even the ones we have that are more, you could say, traditional in that sense. For example, Sophie Filtration. It's a water tech company. But they can check from anywhere in the world how their water filtration is doing. So they can see if these filters are filling up, and then they'll boost them with ultrasound to make sure they are clean, because that's what they do. NoCart, another example. Power management units for renewable energy production. All these units are online, so it's the same there. That's the heart and brain of renewable energy system, and that's also largely software. So I would say there's a big software component in a lot of the firms we have, and most likely will continue to be. Thanks, Camille, for the question. Another question I'll answer today is from Bullshark. Got it through Twitter, Bullshark86. Thank you very much, Bullshark. And the question is pretty straightforward. What's the goal for the investment in SavoSolar, in the sense that how long are we thinking to stay in the firm? SavoSolar is now listed on First North, Sweden and Finland. It's a solar thermal company that we have put money into. And it's a legitimate question, of course, since they are now a listed entity, we could sell our shares. The somewhat boring question to this one, however, Bullshark, is that we can't comment on it. We are stock listed, they are stock listed, so we can't. I will, however, say that they doubled revenues last year. They have most likely, I think, doubled them again this year. If you compile the orders they have already published themselves, you'd have to check on their communications to make sure I'm right about this. But on the market, that company is performing fairly well. So, of course, it's a new production method and it has its challenges in growing such a company, but the market is appreciating what they do. So I think that says something about that share. I have a third question, and this one is quite a long one, but I'll still give it a go today. This one is from Antti Honkasalo, one of our very active shareholders who sent a few good questions in. And this one is the talk about how we are overusing the resources of the planet, and basically if we see some resources that we think we are lacking the most and that we should come up with solutions for. And there is a really good report out just yesterday, or the day before yesterday, called the New Energy Outlook 2016 from Bloomberg. You might want to check it out. It's really good at describing how renewable energy is taking off, how the cost of solar and wind, for example, is decreasing faster than the cost of coal and gas, and how these energy sources are taking off. It also really clearly explains the electric vehicle market and how that is taking off. I think what we have seen also is that there is a challenge in producing food sustainably for the consumption of the world. Rescue is a really good example. They utilize the surplus waste from the restaurants when they have extra meals left. So that's a really good resource efficiency play. Swap, of course, there's a huge amount of textiles that go into landfills each year. And it is a challenge to produce out of virgin resources, sustainably sourced, for example, with cotton, etc., the amount of clothes that we need. So that's another, basically a resource play that we have. Water as a resource is clearly becoming more and more scarce in demand. I think it's more than 3 billion people that are now living in some sort of water stress, in the sense that one or more month of the year they're basically experiencing water stress. obviously a company like Sophie Filtration or Sunsox that we have, they are basically, Sophie Filtration is making sure that you can close the loops. So they are saving something like an Olympic-sized swimming pool every week for one of their industrial customers. Of course, then making sure that we don't have to utilize fresh water for that. So water is another of those areas. And of course, producing energy in a sustainable way for the increasing energy need that we actually have. Companies like NoCart, SavoSolar, One are doing exactly that. This was my quick answers to 3 questions. You'll get updates because we have more questions and more answers for you coming up. Thank you very much.